Welcome to rainy Grambling, Louisiana, as our number one ranked Tigers host the Georgia Bulldogs on senior night. We'll say goodbye to one of the most iconic recruiting classes in school history, and they're looking to leave their mark on this program. GSU has two prospects on campus this week: Lee King, the number 25 ranked athlete in the country, and Brian Clark, the 19th ranked DN in the country. First quarter action, G-men come out hot. Taylor drops back, but Caleb Causey shoots the gap and gets the sack. GSU takes over. Pierre finds a running lane on the left and powers his way to 11 yards. A few plays later, King goes to the air and hits Antonio Walker open between the zone, and he picks up 15. Then PJ takes the rock, cuts back, and picks up 9 more yards. 3 plays later, King goes back to the air and drops a dime to Paxton on the corner route. It's 1st and goal. A few plays later, you know who gets the ball. PJ punches it in from a yard out. Touchdown, Grambling! Tigers lead 7-0. Next Bulldogs possession, Taylor goes back to the air. He's forced out of the pocket, but he can't outrun CC. Caleb Causey gets his second sack of the day. 2 plays later, Taylor would get it right back, hitting Jackson on the out. He spins his way to 14 yards in the first. Later in the drive, Hines takes the sweep but gets shut down by the G-man. Georgia would punt. Tigers take over and King comes out throwing, hitting Tim Clark on the check down. The big tight end rumbles his way to 10 yards. Next play, King goes back to the air, hitting Smith on the drag, and the wideout has tons of space. He's finally brought down after a 25-yard pickup. A few plays later, Cody Walker's in the game. He keeps the option right and weaves into the end zone. Touchdown, Grambling! Tigers up 14-0. Georgia looks to answer. Taylor with the play action and threads the needle to Kyle Jackson over the middle for 9. Then Taylor keeps the option right, runs over a Tiger and fights ahead for 7 yards. 2 plays later, Hines takes the sweep right and gets great downfield block in the back, hits the corner, and turns up the speed. He's finally tackled after a 21-yard gain. Then the bounces seem to be falling in Georgia's hands. Stovall misses the pick, but Burns is there to make the catch and get the first. Take another look off of Stovall's hands and right into Burns's. 3 plays later, Taylor tries to set up the screen, but Caleb Causey blows it up and gets his 3rd sack on the day. Georgia settles for 3. Next Tigers possession, PJ takes the zone, finds a cutback lane and picks up another 10. A few plays later, King with the drop back and somehow finds Antonio Walker for 12 yards. Tigers facing a 3rd and long. King shows off that accuracy. Look at this throw to Clark over the middle for 21. Later in the drive, King goes back to the air, and look at the acrobatic catch by Jordan Paxton for 6. And when you're this close to the goal line, you call on number 25. Jackson gets his 2nd TD on the day. Touchdown, Grambling! After a Georgia 3-and-out, King drops back, loads up, goes deep to Walker, but gets picked off by Sanders, and he's got some running room. The speedy corner is finally pushed out at the 40-yard line. And the Bulldogs look to capitalize. Taylor drops back, stands tall in the pocket, then decides to take off. He fakes out west and slides after a huge gain. Then before the half, Taylor drops back, can't find anybody. He finds a run lane and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. And that will send us to the half with the Tigers leading 21-10. The Bulldogs have the momentum, but can the Tigers keep their lead? Start of the 3rd, Rogers back deep for the kickoff. He starts up the seam, finds a cutback lane to the right, hits the sidelines, turns on those burners, but gets tripped up after a 53-yard return. Then King comes out throwing, connected with Antonio Walker at the marker, and he picks up 12. 2 plays later, PJ takes the handoff, and look at the blocking by Clayton. The freshman back picks up another 19. Next play, King drops back and throws a dart to Jordan Paxton in the end zone, and he goes up high for it. Touchdown, Grambling! Tigers up 18. But here comes Georgia. Taylor comes out throwing. He hits Burns on the slant for 12. Then the Bulldogs try to get cute with a screen, but Brandon Ginn blows up Hines in the backfield for the TFL. But Taylor wasn't fazed. He goes play action and hits Webb streaking down the field. He avoids Collins and is finally pushed down after a 48-yard gain. 3 plays later, Taylor draws back and threads the needle to Williamson over the middle. Touchdown, Georgia. Bulldogs trailed by 11. Next Tigers possession, King drops back and tries to go to Walker again, but Sanders jumps the route and gets his second INT on the day. Now it's 1st and goal. And Georgia turns turnovers into points. Hines finds a lane up the middle and gets into the end zone. Grambling's lead down to 4. GSU looks to answer. Pierre weaves his way through the defense and shows off his power and picks up 20. A few plays later, Jackson gets it again with the huge lane up the middle and gets down to the goal line. Next play, King drops back and throws a dart to Paxson in the end zone. Touchdown, Grambling. Tigers up 2 scores. But here comes Georgia. Taylor drops back and shows off that running ability. He scrambles his way to 10 yards. 2 plays later, Hines with the sweep right finds some room on the corner and gets pulled down after picking up 8. Next play is a design run for Taylor, and he shows off his strength, stiff-arming and fighting for 9 yards. The Bulldogs' run game is carving up the Tigers. Collier takes the delay and weaves his way for 12. Then the big back gets it again, running past West in the open field and muscling his way to 16. Later in the drive, Taylor drops back, finds a lane, and takes off. He walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. And they're setting up to go for 2. Taylor stands tall in the pocket, waits, and hits Burns in the end zone. Bulldogs down 3. But the Tigers look to close it out. Jackson takes the handoff, bounces it outside, and picks up 10. Then Kevin Easley comes in and takes the counter right, gets great blocking downfield, and the speedster picks up 20. Later in the drive, Jackson punches it in for the 3rd time today. Touchdown, Grambling. Tigers back up 2 scores. And now the G-men's defense is hyped. Hines tries to go up the middle, but Jason West shuts him down for the TFL. Then Taylor drops back, looking to go deep, but Caleb Causey does it again. He gets his 4th sack on the day. What a game. And the Tigers look to put the nail in the coffin. King drops back. It hits Harper over the middle, and the wideout spins his way to 21 yards. Next play, King goes back to the air and finds Harper again, wide open over the middle, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Grambling. And that would do it. Tigers put the game away. 49-32 is your final. Chris King finished 21 of 30 for 259 yards, 3 scores, and 2 INTs. On the ground, what a day for Pierre Jackson. 27 carries for 190 yards and 3 scores. Out wide, senior wideout Jordan Paxson caught 2 TDs. And on defense, CC Caleb Causey finished with 4 sacks. What a way to send our seniors out on a high note. That ends our regular season, and now the Tigers have to wait and see who they'll be playing in the national championship. Coming up in the Tigers In podcast, we'll get ready for the bowl game and we'll take a final look at the recruiting board. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new. And don't forget to hit those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, and IG at Big C Got Game. And have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.